up, guys? Howdy do. How are ya? Welcome to the Snake Room. I'm Tyler Nolan. You know the drill. Alright, so today, just a typical day taking care of the animals here. Everything's looking awesome. The cages are pretty much clean for the most part. Cleaned everything the other day. Of course, Indigo decided to poop in his water. These rattlesnakes pooped everywhere also. And we got a new Solaris to introduce you. But oh, you can't see that just yet, so get out of here. We're gonna do that here in a little bit. First, I want to get to cleaning this cage right here. So these are my Eastern / Canebrake Diamondback rattlesnakes. They are gigantic. I've been getting some advice from a bunch of my friends about these guys, and it's looking like I am going to be able to hopefully produce them. So even though that they are hybrids, I've gotten a few confirmations from a few very reliable sources saying that they have bred hybrids in the past before. It's totally doable. And I'm super stoked about it because I was bummed out for a couple of days. I thought I wasn't going to be able to breed these guys. But turns out they're going to be fine. So with that said, let's go ahead. We're going to start taking these animals out. We're going to probably do Batman first since he's a little bit larger. We're going to take Batman out. We're going to put him in this big bucket right here. We're going to take his girlfriend out. We're going to put her in another big bin so she's nice and safe. They're separated. We're going to get this cage serviced, clean out his poop, give him some fresh water, spray that cage down. Rusty, his eyes were opaque the other day, so they just went clear today. So hopefully Rusty's probably going to shed tomorrow or so. We're going to spray a bunch of other cages. We're going to take that little blue Solaris, that big blue female Solaris out. Sorry, I did not mean to say little. Show you guys how beautiful that snake is. It's the prettiest one I have. I have those two in there now. Well, the one male, and then the other female is in quarantine. That one is from a private collection from one of a friend of mine, Fascination Herp. So I already know that animal is super healthy. There's going to be no problems with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pair her up with my female today. Let's get to it. Alright, first things first, Batman. Let's get you out. I haven't had Batman out since we made the last video. He's been, he ate that rabbit. So I haven't really wanted to mess with him at all since that rabbit. But holy crap, he's getting huge! So I've gotten some advice from some friends of mine about Batman's weight, okay? Now, obviously, he is a little bit on the overweight side. He easily weighs 25 to 30 pounds, okay? So now, I was talking to Tom the other day. Me and Chandler were over at Tom's house hanging out with him. Tom is actually the one that produced these snakes. So Tom produced them. Sloan had them for a while. Let's get his head around the other way. Sloan had them for the last 8 years. Sloan raised them up. Had a pretty intense feeding schedule over at Sloan's. So as you can see, Batman is a little bit on the thick side. Like I said before, easily 25, 30 pounds this snake weighs. Now, the thing is about big fatty snakes is they get something called fatty liver disease. It's a thing. Obesity in snakes is just as bad as obesity in humans, okay? Your lifespan just drops significantly. So, these snakes can go from living 25, 30 years in the wild to only 6 to 10 years in captivity if they're fed too much. So, with a snake like this, if I'm not careful, if I keep feeding him, say I feed him a rabbit once a month even, that is a lot of food, and that's a big prey item to be giving this snake. And now if he keeps on putting on size and he keeps getting fatter and fatter, he's actually more on the unhealthy side. Another thing is with breeding them, when your animals are too fat, they're overfed, their fertility rate goes way down as well. With that being said, I'm going to cut down their feeding to probably once every 8 weeks. So she's eating jumbo rats, he's eating rabbits. So she's actually a pretty decent weight. Now this snake right here, Robin, is not really on the fat side. She is definitely a big Eastern, big eastern canebrake cross. It's a batwing is what the hybrid term is called. So she is a lot better. Now you see, she's not so fat on the sides. The way you can tell that if a snake is too overweight, their spine is right here. If they have little bulges on the sides, that means that there's too much fat built up over there. So that just means they're a little bit overweight, and we need to change their diet accordingly. So she's actually in a great shape. Her size is great, her weight is great, so I'm not really too worried about her. I'm not necessarily worried about Batman, but if I continue to feed him the way that he's been fed, I might not have Batman for too much longer, and that is not cool. So now that he ate that rabbit, what, probably 2 weeks ago now? I'm not gonna feed him another prey item probably for another 6 weeks. So it's gonna be 8 weeks from his last feeding to the next one. And I'm gonna probably give him a jumbo rat on his next feeding, just a little bit smaller. Alright? So let's go in this cage real quick. I'm gonna hand this off to Pepe! Pepe, go give me some water. Oh, thank you, Pepe. Oh, what a good guy. Alright, so now I wanna carefully, like, whenever I clean their poop, they shed their fangs, and for the most part you will find the sheds of their teeth in their poop. So I really want to see how big these freaking teeth are. And I know, sure enough, one of these days I will find one. You just pretty much got to play with their poop and go through it. I know it's gross. It's not a very fun thing to do. We'll go through it a little bit better next time. I just want to give it a little fast graze over, see if we can find a tooth in there. But we can't. We'll wait till the next big old poop right there. It's been raining a lot. Last night it rained like absolute crazy. Today it has been monsooning outside all day. So when that happens, I spray all the arboreal stuff pretty much every day, especially these live planted aquariums, all these bioactive aquariums that I have set up for the arboreal stuff. Those I spray almost every day, at least every other day. When it rains outside though, the barometric pressure outside changes, everything changes, even the humidity in the house, everything, the humidity outside, everything changes a little bit. So I like to reenact outside, inside for them, so it's not too confusing, it's just more natural for them. So I like to spray down their cages, especially my Easterns, spray them all down when it's raining outside, give them that little humidity spike, because they love that, especially living down here. Give them that little humidity spike. Helps with their shedding, it just helps with everything. So let's get this spray down real fast, and then we'll put these big guys back in their cage. Oh, little Kilo. Look how active Kilo's been. Just off topic here real fast, not to distract everybody from the rattlesnakes. At the end of this video, stay tuned to the end of the video. At the end, we're gonna medicate Kilo for the last time. And I feel like the medication is definitely working because he is acting completely different. He's back to his normal self, crawling around his cage, exploring things. He's acting like he's hungry. So I'm gonna give him his last shot today. And then probably in like 3 days, I'm gonna try to do the whole, I'm gonna soak a rat in some broth, in some chicken broth. And then we're gonna see if I can get him to eat a rat rather than a chick. Because I feel like he'll be way better off with a rat diet than on this chick diet. I think that's part of the reason why he got messed up in the first place. But that was all he was eating. So let me clear out these tracks right here. We'll get these rattlesnakes back in these cages. Alright, let's get Batman out of here. Hey dude. Hey my big boy. Very rare to hear him rattle. They never rattle when I'm in the room. They only really rattle putting them in and out of these cans. Yeah, dude, look how thick this freaking snake is, dude. He's a big boy. He's awesome though. But I want to make sure that he stays super healthy because I want to have him for a long time. You know, there's no reason why this snake shouldn't live 20, 25 years, you know? And I would be very upset. I mean, yes, I would probably always keep him forever. Imagine having this snake pass away and then getting him rearticulated and keeping his hide. you know, I could have him forever, but I would rather have him forever alive than stuffed on my bookshelf. You know what I mean? But, ah man, what a beautiful freaking snake. So let's safely move this trash can over here. And then let's put your girlfriend in there. Hopefully something happens with these snakes, man, because this week there's been several different occasions where I've come into this room and they're both locked up with each other. Oh, look at Robin. She's more of the rattlers for sure. She definitely, when I'm cleaning out her cage, when I open up that top and I go to take her back out, she rattles a little bit more than he does. But once they're in their cage and I come in here, even at night, like I come in here and I just hang out in the room with them for a little bit. I got this little chair right here. I pull the chair up right next to their cage and I just hang out with them. Let them get nice and familiar with me. Because I feel like, I mean, snakes are smart, animals are smart, reptiles are smart, you know what I mean? They have very similar brains to birds. My bird can recognize you, your snakes can recognize you. Your gators for sure, crocodilians for sure, everything like that. These are smart animals, okay? It's all about how you treat them. You treat your animals with respect and you give them positive interactions every time and you'll get a positive result in return. So always keep that in mind. Be nice to your animals and for the most part, they'll be nice back to you. I know there's a few exceptions with the gators and the monitors and it's a long story, but we're working on that, okay? We're working on that. So let's put this in Solaris in this cage because this thing is freaking sick, dude. So this girl, came from Fascination Herp. They were just brought to me today. Whew, stunner snake. Got the red electrical tape on here. That's one of the things you have to do in order to legally transport these animals. Man, I've had these gloves for a while and I never really use them too much because they're very stiff, but I always see Dingo Dinkelman using them and he's always holding his snakes like this and blah blah blah. I know I'm doing a terrible dingo impersonation, but that's who it reminds me of now. Every time I see these gloves I think of Dingo with his hands and all that stuff. So they're sick gloves. I think he did a video recently of something bit through them though. No bueno. But luckily nothing's ever bit through mine, and let's try to keep it that way. Wow, look at this freaking snake, dude. Look at that, dude. Holy crap. Don't bite my finger, man. Even though these are gloves. Let's try to get, like, wow, dude. Look at the blue on that freaking snake. Badass, man. Like, look at the face of this freaking snake right here. Now, the other female that I got from Alex has a very white face. This one is really, really blue. So, hopefully we get some really cool babies. Now, the babies, even breeding blue to blue, that blue male in Solaris that I have that I got from Tongs, even though they're all blue, all their babies aren't going to be blue. So, some will be green, some will be blue. Mark McCarthy has a yellow one. I can't wait to get some yellow ones. Those are really cool. There's black ones, dark purple. There's a bunch of different color variations of these guys. What a cool freaking snake though, right? God dang it. Look at the face of that freaking thing. Dude, it just looks like a dragon, right? Like, how badass. Bright blue snake. Red eyes. Dude, that head is just a massive head. You don't have to know anything about snakes to see this in the wild and be like, yeah, that thing is probably venomous. Very highly potent hemotoxin. So when you get bit by this guy, it does crazy nerve damage, crazy damage to your skin tissue. Your fingers are gonna fall off. Whatever area that it bites is definitely gonna get necrotic, and it is just not a pretty sight. Definitely do not want to get bit by these guys. It's another reason why you don't want to get bit by these guys is because it's not one of these snakes. Like, a lot of cobras are gonna bite and let go, okay? Any tree viper, any arboreal animal, for the most part, is going to bite and hold on, okay? Because they're eating birds in the wild, they're eating frogs, they're eating animals that are gonna try to get away from them. So they need to, instead of biting and letting these animals go off and then they have to find them like rattlesnakes typically do, these guys need to hold on to their prey and make sure that they do not get away so they can stay full and eat. Beautiful, right? Holy crap. Dude, she's honestly a great temperament. She has not struck at me once. Of course, now she's trying to cock herself back. But no, still no strikes. Pretty freaking awesome. You want to open up that cage there, Pepe, and then we'll get this girl back in here with her little boyfriend. So, like I said before, this came from Fascination Herp. Pretty confident on their animals being super healthy and treated and this, that, and the other. So I'm pretty much just gonna let her go into this cage with my male. And everything should be just dandy. That little bump's a little makes me worried, but beautiful. So that's my little male right up top. I know the lighting isn't the greatest, but I changed out the lighting here too. So if you haven't noticed, all the other videos back when I set up this light, I bought the wrong kind of plant light. It was more for vegetation, I guess, and it had more of a pink hue to it. But now all these lights on all these arboreal cages are all the same. So everything should be fine now. These baby blue and Solaris, these babies, they're doing great. I actually just fed all of them today. They didn't have any squirrel frogs, which is another funny thing that I did in a video. When I first made the video of these guys, I was telling you guys, I guess I was too excited. I was just talking too fast, typical. And I said squirrel monkeys, and people were like, "You feed your snakes squirrel monkeys?" I meant squirrel frogs. I was just mouth mumbling. Squirrel frogs is what I was feeding them, but ran out of squirrel frogs over at Underground, so all they had really that I would like to feed them are these little reed frogs. Besides that, they just have red-eye tree frogs, which I don't know if you guys have seen red-eye tree frogs, but they're beautiful, and I don't wanna feed such a beautiful animal to my snakes, because I'd rather not feed them frogs as it is, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, kilo time. So we are going to come over here to the shots right over here. Okay, add off. I'm using a brand new needle every time for kilo. You don't want anything happening. The more you use these needles, they dull out, they hit the scales. You definitely always want to use a fresh needle when medicating your animals. Always. Huge, huge. Okay. Baytril, I still got tons of this Baytril left. Plenty. Hopefully I don't have to use a lot of it ever. I'm sick of having, I mean, as far as many snakes as I have and as many animals as I have, the amount of upkeep with sicknesses and bacterial infections has not been bad at all lately. Or in general, really. Things happen, you know what I mean? Anytime anybody has a large collection, animals get sick, animals need certain things. I mean, imagine your kids, you know what I mean? Everybody who out there has kids, how often do your freaking kids get sick? You know what I mean? Same thing. These are all my animals, they're all my children. They get sick sometimes, it's just what happens. And I choose to share this information with you guys so that way maybe you guys are having the same issues with your animals and you can easily refer back to a video, see how we treat it, and go accordingly rather than looking online for a bunch of information that you're not going to find, okay? And yes, obviously, I'm letting you into my personal life, letting you know about my animals and how they're doing, so that's okay. Kilo, relax. Relax yourself, bro. I know, it's really warm in here. Yeah, I gotta, get nice and hot in these freaking cages, okay? You gonna, oh man. My lights are on timers, okay? And the timer's just turned off. So let's go here on my phone. Pretty awesome how this works. I just beep, 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 go right on here. East side, north side, boom. All the lights are right here. Everything is electronic. I'll try to put the link to these. They're called Verisync timers. Instead of having a timer where you gotta turn the dial, it's a pain in the ass. These plug right into your wall. Your outlets plug into them. It goes on your Wi-Fi. It's super easy. Everything's electronic. Foolproof, okay? Hey, come here. Let's get you out, okay? It's the last time. The last time I gotta medicate you, bro. I promise. The last time. Don't be mad at me, okay? Don't be mad. He's like, Dad, I'm sick of you sticking needles in me all the freaking time. This is shot number 5, okay? So after this, he should be good to go. So, Alex, hold that. There we go. So, third of the body. Like I said before, I know a lot of people in the last video, they were like, oh my god, you didn't put it on the third of his body. It was a little bit further down. It's totally fine. As long as it's after a third of his body, in that typical range, it's safe, okay? So, don't crucify me for not being exact. Alright, so right here, edge of his spine, go right in between those, right in between that spine right there, in the muscle. Boom, get that little bit of thing in there. Out we go. Rub it in there. That's it, my boy. Alright. Oh man, I'm so happy I think that he's feeling better. Because lately, he's been going around his cage, and he's been very active in his cage. Let's carefully get him out of here. What, do you want to go through the whole thing, dude? Seriously? Alright, fine. I'll just put you back in like that. Look how easy that is. There you go. His cage, yeah, I guess you pooped in it a little tiny bit. This Indigo's water bowl, dude, you just pooped in here. We're gonna go ahead and clean that thing out. Just gonna reach in here. Don't bite me! Please don't bite me! There you go, Bobby. Boom! Alright. That's pretty much it, guys. Just want to do a couple things in here. Everything's doing great. Everything is super healthy, eating. The Rainfall's Cobras are doing great. All the new animals are doing awesome. Soon enough, I'll be able to put that eyelash with my other eyelash, put the other in Solaris in the other cage. Everything's going to be paired up. Next breeding season is going to be super awesome. I can't wait. That's what I'm really getting ready for. I'm still looking for a male gaboon. I just want him to be super, super pretty for that female. If I don't find one, I'm going to probably still hook him up with that Rhino Viper anyways. Next year, next breeding season, we're going to have some cool stuff. Hopefully I have some baby hybrid rattlesnakes and some other really cool things. Chinese cobras. Definitely black and whites, because now I got that male black and white with the females. Gonna be sick. Got some fresh water right there. This is good. Nice and clean. Okay. Over there. Still looking for a female indigo. Adult preferably. There's a few people out there that have waiting lists for babies. I would rather not buy a baby. I want to buy an adult. So if you know of anybody watching this, you got one, please email me. Hit me up. I would love an adult. Oop, I can't throw, this is a needle, can't throw that in there. I would love an adult indigo. Please, female, hit me up. You know the drill. Email's at the end of here. Got any questions? Leave comments down below. I'll try to answer them as good as I can. Till next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you guys stay safe this week. Have a great week also. Pepe, appreciate it. Woo! Till next time, peace out, guys.